Seriously, man. Seriously, it was a royal decree. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Drone Therapy Season 6, Episode 16, The Bucketlist Boys. By royal decree, we're back. Yes, we put the band back together. And as you can see, we brought in our own Ringo to play drums. So anyway, so without further ado, I'm going to roll around the room, let everybody say hey and what's been going on with them lately. And then, as we all know, there's a certain Dutch website that made everybody happy today. First off, I'm going to throw it over to Bill, the drone reviewer.
Well, you know, it's great to get the band back together, and it's nice we have our new Ringo here. So it's been great. Just coming off the Cloud 9 from the South Florida Drone Meetup, it was awesome. It was great seeing a lot of you out there. It was a lot of fun. And I jumped at Bill asked me if I wanted to be on. I said yes so fast you didn't hear me. So I'm just looking forward to having a lot of fun tonight and just kicking back and looking at these new Mini 3 specs and just having a great time.
Super cool. Next up, I'm going to go to Brian.
Hey, Bill, once again, thanks for having me on. And this is going to be a great show because I've been on the road for 2 days and I have no idea what y'all have been talking about. I haven't been able to look at nothing.
Oh,
so
that's
this
awesome.
is good.
That's awesome. And next up, Ron Brown.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah, this is going to be a special night. Not only do we have the band back together tonight, but we're going to be doing a live concert from wherever the Dutch people live tonight. You're going to be in Dutchland. We're going to be doing a live concert, the reunion concert. So it's going to be a great show. I'll throw it back to Bill. He's going to get us started with our agenda for
all right.
Show.
So, okay, anybody that didn't know, Jasper hooked us up with the link to it was a Dutch website. Let me get over here to actually bring it up. I'm talking about Jasper Ellens. And I call it 27 Leaks. I have to go back to his Facebook group. And
Jasper has his own Facebook group now.
Yeah, well, he has multiple Facebook groups. For those of you who don't know, there's like
a new one. Then I'll say
a Mavic 3 group. I think Bill and I were talking before we went live that we believe that this one was like a Mini 2 site, like for Mini 2 site rumors. And then he, where in the hell did it go? Oh, so they're saying 1 over 1/3. I had the website up earlier. It's killing me.
Yeah.
And I had translated it from English to Dutch.
I got the Drone DJ article up.
No, I got the
you got the actual website. Okay.
Yep. And I'm translating it to English. All right.
Oh, okay. Good. I didn't know you speak fluent Dutch, Bill.
Nope, but Google damn sure does. Or at least they are tonight. There's no.
I speak Pennsylvania Dutch, Bill.
I do occasionally, but I haven't been up there in so long. Here we go. So now it's translated. I will bring it. No, that's not a Dutch accent. I don't know what that'll do. It's more like a Ukrainian accent.
The site's called Top RC, according to Drone DJ.
This is the Dutch site that called it first. It's actually translated. So let me go back over here. Let's go back. Let's highlight the whole thing. Hey, everybody in the chat.
That's the base kit they're showing in the picture, correct, Bill?
Sir?
That's the base model they're showing in the little photograph.
Yes,
there,
without
right?
our special battery.
Oh, yes. We're going to get into the special battery later on.
Okay, here we go. So let me go back up here.
Cookies with it, too.
Okay, so a couple of cookies. So yeah, the Dutch retailer puts product information about the DJI Mini 3 online early. So we got 4K, 60 frames per second,
Woohoo!
48 megapixel stills, and
Woohoo!
yes, up to a 47-minute flight time.
Say it ain't so.
I mean, obviously it is, but there's a reason. There's a reason behind that 47-minute flight time. So basically, this particular page. Let me see. Can I get this? Let's do a copy. Let me see if I get it in here without overloading. No, it's too big. It's too big.
Too big. The information is too big even for the internet.
No, I was trying to put a link in to share with everybody. I'm going to have to bit.ly the thing.
Okay.
But anyway, so let me choke this out. Anyway, so as we all know, there's just one drone, the Mini 3 Pro, right? But there's the talk about DJI finally listened. There's a multitude of things and peripherals that you can get for this little drone, and they're at fairly reasonable prices. So what do we want to talk about first? Do we want to talk about the accessories that we can get and the packages and the deals that we get? Or do we want to talk about what's inside this little drone?
Well, I'll tell you what, Bill, one of the things that got me excited about this was seeing that flight battery plus 47 minutes. I mean, my gosh, that's crazy.
That's unheard of, Bill.
That's crazy.
Especially for any drone, especially in a mini drone.
That's going to top, Bill, that's going to top the Mavic 3, I believe.
Yep. And the thing about it is they obviously say that it's going to push you over the 249 gram limit because it's going to be a little bit heavy.
Of course, which doesn't mean anything for us certified 107 pilots because we have to register anyways.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is I don't mind putting a sticker on my Mini.
No.
I may buy, here's the thing. I may get one of those batteries just to put in my kit. Just to have, that bang for the buck.
Super battery, Bill.
Yep. So, okay, so we got that. We have already figured that part out. We know that we've got the actual separate. We were talking about this, remember, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Ron, the separate fly more kit like you got with the Mavic 2 Pro series.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to go through the BS. You can just get you a couple of extra batteries, the bag, and some ND filters, I guess, whatever. And there's your fly more kit.
I heard there's even 2 different fly more kits. There's a fly more kit and a fly more kit plus.
Ooh.
I don't know the differences, but I did read that. One of the big leakers said there could be a plus kit.
They're the batteries then. It's got to be the batteries. So your fly more kit plus is going to be the 47-minute batteries.
Okay.
I think Bill's right.
Okay, and then your standard is going to be your 34-minute batteries. But I mean, okay, like I said, I just want one. I don't need 3. It's not. I'll get the inexpensive kit. Oh well, okay, let's do that.
But what you're saying, Bill, you could slum it with 34 minutes once in a while, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll get that fly more kit, 147-minute battery, just to have. I mean, really and truthfully, unless you want to put up reviews about it and talk about it, I don't know, unless it's for professional purposes. But I mean, you're going to have to get clearance to be in the air for 47 minutes, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, here's the value of the 47-minute battery, Bill. Okay, just think you just buy the standard, you buy the drone, the control on one battery. Okay, well, instead of buying a whole bunch of extra regular batteries, just add one 47-minute battery to that kit, and you can probably get by with 2 batteries.
Yeah. But again, it's going to put you over that weight limit for a recreational pilot.
Which is important in a lot of countries that have those rules and restrictions. But in the U.S., I mean, it's not that big of a deal unless you want to fall under the remote ID as well as not register.
Okay, so this is the standard package, and it's this is going to cost you $899.99.
Okay, so you're going to get. Chat keep asking about the price.
Okay, because so you're going to. Oh, somebody's ringing a doorbell. So for this, you're going to get the standard RC-N1. We all know the old controller.
Yeah.
And you get the one battery which this is a standard battery, your one set of props, charging cable, and the drone itself for $899. Now, there's also a package where if you've already got this controller, right, or we're all praying that they're going to let us have, connection with the RC Pro out of the box. I don't think so. But anyway, you can get the drone and the battery for $799.99. The Fly More kit itself is going to be $204.99. That's what the two batteries and if Ron's correct, let's speculate a little bit. So we're going to say what, $249.99 maybe, another $50 on top of that for the three batteries.
Yeah.
So something along those lines. If you want the drone, a battery, and the new DJI RC, which is like the little lesser brother of the RC Pro, then it's going to be $1,089.99. So I really was thinking it was going to be higher. I was thinking it was going to be as high as $1,400.
That's a good price, Bill. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, Bill, especially for what the features we did, the feature list you just went over a little ago. Now I go from thinking that's a little high price to be the bargain, being that we're going to get all those bells and whistles you just mentioned, your 4K 60, we got
more to talk about, though. There's a lot more to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I want to jump ship early, but I think it's a tremendous value at the prices you just read to us, Bill.
Oh, okay. So let me do this. I haven't done it yet. Let me roll back in here. I'm gonna go. Hey, we got Flying Flynn Media. We got Bob. We got Leonard. We got Uncle Bill. We got Craig. We got Dewey. We got Chris Wedgeworth. We got Akira Show. We got B-Max. We got Crypto Man. We got Chris Hope, and I'm hoping he talked to Matt. We got Scott. Let's see if I missed the mess. Roll up. Got Charles Galuski, Artco Drone Solutions, Mudball Creative. Okay, if anybody I missed you, I'm going to scroll back as far as just going up. Fly Zone Drones, good to see you. Glad to have you. Good to go. Ron, have I missed anybody? Probably a bunch of people, but. Did
you get Greg Pittman?
Glad to have you, sir.
Did you get Herman Phantom Flight 101?
Herman, glad to see you, sir. Herman, Phantom Flight 101.
Did you get
Ridge Flyer 32, Drone and New Visuals. Sergio, Fly Zone Drones. Who else?
Scott Nadeau. Up there in Minnesota.
Why do okay, Scott, don't get mad at me. And when I said Scott Nadeau for some reason, I don't know why. I had a flashback to Scooby-Doo. I don't know why. Don't get mad at me. But I just wanted to tell you that popped in there. So anyway, yeah. Okay. So we're about caught up. We got Herman in the house. Got everybody. All right. So back into the meat of the issues here.
Oh, Bill, real quick. When you highlighted somebody's name, they asked a question. They said, does it have optical zoom? And I'm afraid to give them the bad news.
Go ahead.
It's 4x digital zoom.
Exactly. All right. So one other thing I wanted to say is Steve Carpenter will not be in attendance in the chat tonight because today is his wife's birthday. And we all wanted to say happy birthday to Steve's. And he was taking her out to dinner, and we hope they have a lovely meal. And hopefully see Steve back soon. He said he was going to watch the replay. All right. Yes. Okay. So we'll get back to this. We've got, like he said, 4x digital zoom, which means you're going to give up image quality. Let's go ahead and put it out there. So wait a minute, let me get Bud.
But the current Mini only has digital zoom, so you're not taking. It's not like you lose anything.
You're right, but something. Since you're camera buffs, explain to me what it means by dual native ISO.
Oh, that's a good one. I've heard that term before, but I could not explain. Explain it for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm lost on that one.
I don't know either, but it sure as hell sounds cool to say.
Well, one of the things that caught my eye, another thing that caught my eye was APAS 4.0.
Yes,
will be in there, and I thought that's like the Mini is coming up into the big leagues here.
Well, the thing is,
I'm going to go back to iOS just for a second. I haven't, of course, tested this camera, but if you have like a smaller than a 1 inch sensor, I would keep the ISO at 100 almost at all times, unless you're flying at night. I wouldn't play with that iOS much.
And to follow along with what Bill was just discussing about the APOS 4.0, the thing that's even cooler is what they've done is you got APOS 4.0, you got Active Track 4.0, you've got Spotlight 2.0, you've got Point of Interest, all under a particular branch called Focus Track now. So you're going to have a drop-down menu from something called Focus Track that's going to have your APOS, it's going to have your Active Track, it's going to have your Spotlight, it's going to have your Point of Interest. So you're going to find them all under one little section, which is awesome. I thought, sir.
Dual native ISO is one of the features of a Sony camera, and what it's going to do is take out a lot of the noise in a low light situation.
Oh, and we get to talk about that too, man. We get to talk about a fixed aperture at f1.7
Thank you, Brian.
with a pixel size of 2.4.
That fixed 1.7 is pretty good.
And Brian probably already made another discovery. This is probably a Sony sensor in this drone.
And not just that, but like I said, the pixel size of 2.4.
Right. You want the old saying, I don't want more pixels, I want bigger pixels.
So, I mean, it's just going to, we're talking about, the thing that's kind of scary is they're giving us the ultimate low, and I said that when I just said this a couple of weeks ago too, the ultimate low light drone. And that's going to, the people about it is there's a lot of people talking about, I myself predicted that I think this little drone could very well replace the Air 2S.
Oh my.
I mean, I know there's a 1-inch sensor on that drone, but this little drone is packing some, we're talking OcuSync 3. We're talking, what is it? 1080p at 30 frames per second at a latency of 120 milliseconds. So
it's going to look good on your controller. Yes,
exactly.
Bill, can I can't hold back anymore. Can I say this? This may be the perfect drone.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too giggly here, but this could be perfect. Bill, you're awful stone-faced there. Are you excited about this?
Well, the thing that gets me, okay, is Bill is running through all the prices, and you think about it, the top end with the new their version of the RC controller for this, with the possibility of having a battery of 47 minutes, and there's now dual rate and the low light capabilities on this, it's going to be like, wow, you're going to have a tough sell selling the Mavic 3. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, seriously. That's why they reduced the price. I'm thinking, man, that and the fact they've had so much trouble with the GPS. Here's another thing. Will this little drone have the same GPS? I've been told yes, that it will have the same GPS setup that the Mavic 3 has.
I would think so, considering it's going to, the OcuSync's going to be, I think it's all going to be in line. And I think you brought up a great point, Bill, that, they want to get this right. They want to, coming out of the door. I mean, and we kind of talked a little bit about this last night, with the disaster from Hubsan and Feeney this year and also, for the most part, Autel with their mini drones. Okay. So DJI wants to come out of the gate right without any hiccups at all.
My brain doesn't work in milliseconds. Let me move.
And I'll say the same thing. I think this is too suited up to Mavic 3. I don't think they would have had enough time to develop a whole new GPS system in the less than 6 months between these two drones.
Hey, Matt's in the house. Good to see you.
Matt's here?
Yeah, Matt Northeast Drone Productions. Okay. It's always nice to get a Matt bump. So anyway, one another quick thing before we move on. I wonder if the Mini 3 will have the great color science that the Mavic 3 has. I mean, people always talk about the bad things of the Mavic 3, but what about the color science? I don't think any drone has manual color science and auto settings that look as good as the Mavic 3. Any thoughts? I don't know if it's going to have Hasselblad technology built into it. I don't know.
There you go. That's a good point.
No way.
So I don't. But something else. What do y'all think about how the arms are reversed this time? The rear arms fold in, and the front arms are the ones that roll out.
We kind of were talking about this a little bit last night, and I think Ron and Marcus kind of really nailed it, because you know how well the Mini 2 does in the wind, okay, and how it has that almost FPV-like forward kind of tilt to it. Okay.
The pitch angle. Yep.
The pitch angle. So I think you're going to see with this, you're going to see it handle the wind, maybe even as good as a Mavic 3. I'm going out bold, making a prediction here because of the angle and the way the way the props are situated and the way they come up. I mean, DJI, everything is done with a purpose, okay? And they did this with a purpose.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hang on. I got to bring this up. It came up 22 minutes ago. Let's take this down. Stop sharing. Hang on. I got to get my... Yes. Our man, Deal's Drone. None other than Deal's Drone.
My buddy.
There's a promotion going on. Okay? So... this is what he's got for us. You can see this. Okay. And I'll get over here and I'll read it to you. Basically what he's saying, there's a promotion from April 23rd to May 9th, which means that it's possible for the DJI to release the Mini 3 before May 9th. So they've got like some kind of, holiday something DJI deal going on. So
spring sale.
So it looks like we're not going to see the Mini 3 until at least mid-May now.
Well, that's what Deal Drones was reporting about 24 hours ago. He said there may be a possible delay in the release, a delay from the 28th date, which we've been hearing for a while. So he's still sticking to that.
I was thinking it was gonna. I thought, okay, they're just gonna delay it one more week. But now he's given evidence. See, he's got it circled here. He's showing April 23rd through the 5th of May.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go ahead and we'll jack it up some more. See, he's showing. Yeah. He's showing how
Bill's got the optical zoom going there.
Well, we can click it up here so people can see for themselves.
I see the dates, but my Chinese is a little rough.
Well, I don't think that he would bullshit us. So, but anyway, So obviously now we're looking. Okay, let's bring the calendar up. Let's look. So May 9th. Okay, so it very well could be the 11th, right?
That's a weekday or like a Thursday,
like a Wednesday maybe, or would they wait a full week and go to like the 18th or 19th?
I mean, the Mavic 3 was on a Thursday, so I don't know if they're going to repeat that again, or were some of the other drones on Thursdays also? Wasn't the Mini 2 a Thursday?
I'm not 100% sure. What do y'all know?
Some were on Tuesday, some were on Monday. They're really, really different with this. I think the only thing that they're going to do with this, they're going to do like they did with the Mavic 3 and have this at night, because over in Shenzhen, it's daytime over there. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to.
Hey, Johnny D.
Hello, Johnny.
Y'all had a couple of great pilots on tonight. If y'all didn't already get to see it, please go by and check out Johnny Drone Flyers channel. Watch the replay. Should be up in about 2 hours. So we've all been talking about the Mavic 3 and all those leaks and everything. So let's go back. We were talking about the OcuSync 3, 1080 30 frames per second, the dual native, the 4K at 60 frames per second, 48 megapixels, 1080p at 120 frames per second. So
and they talk about HDR. They talk about native HDR. So HDR will be back again, and that's kind of good, because drones with 1-inch sensors are above tend not to have like a built-in HDR. So it's kind of nice for people that like.
We forgot D-Cine and raw photos. So this is like a miniature Mavic 3, literally.
That nails it on the head, Bill. It really does.
Hey, Bill, can I tell you an old rumor that when the Mini 2 came out, and I heard this from somebody that had it at pre-launch, one of the reviewers, the Mini 2 had these sitting like in one of the beta versions of the software before it came out.
I'm sorry, Ron. Ken was like, "What was all the excitement about?" And I was showing him the notes. Now say that again.
That the on pre-release, the Mini 2, according to one of the people that had it before it came out, it had these sitting like in one of the beta versions of the software for the Mini 2.
Oh wow!
But almost made it into the Mini 2.
I think we'll get it. Okay, something. Let me go back over here. Let me get off drone deals. Let me go down. Okay, what have we got here?
And while you're doing it, Decentralize is one of my favorite log profiles to edit it because it's like editing on training wheels.
Here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me do this again. Let me Chrome tab. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to. We got the video. I got the video showing.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
so we really get some good looks here now. I'm gonna go back over here and start it again. Yeah, let's come back. All right. So here it is. This is what's so crazy is DJI's like, oh, we didn't do this on purpose. Do what? So they sent it to the Taiwan Best Buy and they put it on a plate. It's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. But what's crazy is why did they tape all this other stuff up? Like the Mini 3 Pro, you can see it. Everything else is taped up. So it's like what, a test drone? You think maybe? Everybody's like, okay, enough of this song. All right.
Well, that, you know what that tape reminds me of? Like when a new Corvette is coming out on the track and they have all kind of tape and stuff all over it. That's
Those
exactly
are
what that
racing.
reminds me of.
Ken said those are racing stripes.
Those are racing stripes.
Yeah, bubble butt mini.
The thing that I'm noticing is those buggy-eyed sensors on the front. So that's the 4.0 APAS. Yeah, I want to test that. I like to use myself as a test subject for APAS. It's always fun, especially if it doesn't work.
Here's something. Here's something. Yeah, like the arms and everything are designed for bigger props, so that it's more stable in that wind. And
Bill, do you have any idea what these will be? The easy lock-on props. These will be the screw-on
No,
props.
did you see in the picture? Those were the screw-on props. They came with the screwdriver and everything.
Okay.
So we still got the Parrot props.
Yeah, Parrot props.
Let's see. Tape covering. Yeah, prototype serial number. Ridge Runner call. Yeah. Oh, is that Air 2S Army? Air 2S is still a great drone, but this drone is going to scare the shit out of the Air 2S. I'm just going to tell you.
It's going to scare the crap out of the Mavic 3 too, Bill. It really will.
I think the Mavic 3 has got some stuff.
Yeah,
they haven't unlocked yet that they're gonna. Once they get the GPS finally fixed, I think they're going to throw some stuff at us. That we're just going to be like, oh, because this little drone is so packed with stuff. I mean, so loaded with stuff that they've got to be holding back on the Mavic 3, or people are going to be. I think Chuck was talking about it the other night. He was talking in one of the chats or something, that if this drone literally has everything that's advertised, the people that bought that Cine Mavic 3 are going to be livid.
Yes.
I mean, livid, because they're going to be like, wait a minute, this has D-Cine light, it has RAW, it has a 3/4 inch sensor, or what is it? It's like almost 3/4 inch.
Yeah. But one over 1 over 1/3, whatever that means in new math.
Yeah, 1 over 1.3 inch CMOS sensor. Oh, and then we've got the social media vertical shooting. I talked to you about that.
Good, I could be an Instagram star now, Bill.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, all that, and I guarantee you, if you get that new RC Pro, you're just gonna press a button. It's gonna go through the Fly app. It's gonna edit you something up, and it's gonna land straight on your TikTok. What do y'all think? I bet you even money.
I think you're right. I think it's just going to be so easy.
But we'll have live streaming.
It's going to have everything. I don't see that they're holding anything back on this little drone.
They're not. They let it all out this time.
And it's kind of like it's the ultimate. Can you imagine? It's like, remember when Hubsan came out with the Xeno, and then they came out with that extra long battery that you kind of like had to duct tape and
hung off the back.
And so now, here's DJI with the standard battery and Flight Battery Plus. Oh, and then like Ron, you were talking about, where we've got the Fly More Plus and the Fly More. But DJI has finally listened. Not only did they give us a controller with a screen in it, so we don't always have to have our phone with us, not only did they give us the Fly More kit separately, so because some people couldn't always buy it at the same time, and they always wanted to get it and everything. So all this stuff now, and you've got the two separate. So we got all that out of the way,
right?
Brian, has this enticed you enough to hold off yet?
Well, yeah, actually, I am interested. But here's the thing, though. Price-wise and format-wise, they've really gone farther away from the original mini concept. And that's the only thing I'm kind of thinking, like, okay, what market are they going for here? Because it's definitely not beginner. You're not going to send somebody, hey, could I get a drone? What kind of drone? Oh, get this one. It costs $1,000, but it's really good.
Yeah, but I mean, what's your nearest budget drone that can produce?
It's definitely in my budget. That's not an issue. But the point I'm getting at is, are there other models were mentioned when it came to the Mini 3? Is this the top end, or are there lower ones that are going to be for the entry-level drone enthusiast? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Brian makes a great point, Bill. A lot of people fly the Mini 2 not because they wanted a 250 gram or under drone. They bought it for the price. And now now that the price is kind of doubled for this thing, you're probably going to lose all the people that purchased the Mini 2 or the Mini 1 because of that price point.
Wait a minute, what is something, Bob?
And it's definitely good. It's got some great features. There's no doubt about it. But
I think that might be part of the holdup.
Well, the Mini 2's on sale right now. We talked about that last night on the show.
At GameStop of all places.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see a trend with that. And I think it will still be selling well because it's going to appeal, like Brian said, to those that are just, entry level or just looking for a basic drone kind of a thing. Yeah, Mini SE or Mini 2, Johnny Drone Flyer. Yeah,
exactly. So make a good point. They don't really need a Mini 3 SE. They just keep making the Mini 2 and the SE. So there's your whole line of drones. Your Mini 3 Pros, your top of line for people budget conscious to keep the Mini 2 around, and for people the super budget conscious, the SE.
See what Lauren's saying?
Okay. Here's a question.
Here's something. Before you give your question, here's what I think. I think there's going to be something. They're going to update the Fly app too, and it's going to be even more simplistic than we're thinking. It's going to say TikTok, and you're going to press a button in the Fly app, and it's going to automatically do all the shit for you. So there's not going to be any need to be a professional cinematographer.
That's good because I need to upload more than TikTok.
But the ability to do more professional stuff, because as we all know, this hobby is very addictive, and you don't stay a beginner very long. So the thing is with or do you? It's like more expensive.
It's an AT&T commercial.
A number on Bill's internet here.
We're in an AT&T commercial.
That's why I always do this, when that stuff's going on. So it's like, because it happens to everybody I've noticed with StreamYard at one point in time. Even though I'm hooked up to a hard line, it acts like I'm on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay.
And StreamYard acts like weirdo. What? Huh? What? And I'm like, every damn stream, or is it just the drone streams? Because it seems to happen with every drone show I watch that uses StreamYard. So, but like I said, I think, like I said, this is the drone that you can be, wait a minute, what's Chuck saying? Chuck gonna be a travel vlogging superstar soon. Okay.
And if he gets the Mini 3, he'll be a traveling vlogger superstar on TikTok.
I guess his rates are going to go up if he wants them on the show.
Well, no, but Chuck, if you need a house band, after you get famous, we've got the band back together.
Yes.
So anyway,
we're playing gigs.
Yes, we're obviously playing gigs again. Oh yeah, the dual native. Yeah, Brian gave us a pretty good explanation to where we could understand it earlier. But Charles threw something in there for us, which is cool too.
I want to get back to that question though, because y'all know, well, these guys over here, they know. Is this thing actually going to be a mini? So many of those features are really close to the Air 2S.
I told you, I think this is getting ready to knock the Air 2S.
The weight level is nowhere near the mini. It's closer to the Air 2S, obviously.
Oh, yes.
I mean, look at the size of that thing. So I think this is just it might be an improved version of an Air 2S.
It's advertised with the standard battery at sub 249.
Ain't buying it. Nope. That's a bunch of hooky.
But they're saying most definitely when you put, when you put the Flight Battery Plus in, that it's over 250 grams. So, but
I agree with Brian. I see this as more of a we'll say I hate to use the word threat to the Air 2 or the Air 2S than the Mini 2. And I think Bill has brought this up on previous episodes. If this drone is as good as it looks on paper, will it be a need for an Air 2 series of drones anymore? They could kind of eliminate like one category, just have the Mini Pro and then the Mavic 3.
I got a picture right now of all the ones that are in the Air 2S groups with pitchforks and torches heading down the street right now.
Did you see what Chuck said?
Yeah. Famous last words. Like I
said 0 interest in the Mini 3. Don't need it. A drone fleet as good as it is. Good as it is.
Somebody break the bad news, Chuck. It's got slower GPS than the Mavic 3.
I just loved how he did the edit there. Subject to change. It's like I swear I try. I really try to say no. I don't.
You try to resist?
Yes, I do. But this one, I was like, nah, hell with it. Especially since the wife was like, "What do you want for your anniversary?" And I was like, literally at that point in time, I could not think anything.
Come on.
So I was like, I'm gonna put this one in my pocket because I know there's gonna be a new drone coming out.
Bill, you're like the Borgs on that Star Trek. Resistance is futile, huh?
Yes, it surely will. It is at this point because I'm okay. It's one of them things that you're like, hey, and she, because my wife, like, she's a member of Coast to Coast Drones, so she kind of watches what I post in there, and she sees what I'm doing in there. So she's like, when I start posting pictures of a new drone, then she automatically knows. And then I'll be like, she sees she'll be sitting there and she can tell when it's that night. You all know what I mean by that night. The night that you go in with the flowers and the foot rub face. And you come in and you say, honey, how was your day today? I brought you some flowers. Would you like a foot rub? Well, the minute I say foot rub, my wife goes, you want to buy a new drone, don't you? And I'm like, well, yeah. How'd you guess? Oh, I don't know. A little bird told me. Maybe your group. I don't know. Maybe all the pictures you posted. Maybe all the text messages. And did you see this? Did you see that? Oh, there was a new leak today. And she's like, and I don't even care about your drone. But yeah, you send them to me anyway. But anyway, so, we all know that talk where we go speak to our wives and we just tell her how we want to talk her into, wait a minute. What's Justin saying? Although it's getting more expensive to fly drones, it's not great. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I like drones better because I'm not going to lie to you.
That was a 420 statement for today.
I've done. That's actually the smoking crack has nothing to do with 420. That's a heavier drug. That's smoking cookies. So anyway, Quad 8 is that one of it said. Thanks for the invitation, Bill. So glad to have everybody here. I like more tacos. I like tacos more. Tacos. Oh, I still want to. I love tacos too, but I'm just saying I want one of the little Mini 3s. And
let's throw another question out there. Is there anything that this Mini 3 doesn't have that you were looking forward to having? What's it missing?
I wasn't looking forward to it, but I thought they were going to put a 1-inch on it. I really did.
Now, you think that's because they found a way, kind of like Altel, to squeak out, the performance of one sensor from a smaller sensor?
Well,
especially low light.
Yeah, exactly, low light. Oh, cool. Yes, good. Yes. Okay, I got you now. Understood, buddy. Cool. Glad to have you in the house. Wait a minute. What's he saying? It's been 2 years since I have. Oh, you're gonna get this? Who wants to buy this drone? Okay, now we got it all out there. We know what. Okay, now Brian, what configuration are you gonna buy?
Oh.
Now that we got it all out there, but I got to thinking.
Don't muddy the waters, man. We're good. Everything I've seen so far, pretty good.
Now here's the thing, waters. I was thinking $1,400, and then I realized that the Fly More with the drone, the battery, and the DJI RC is right at $1,400.
Yeah, I was going to say, once you throw in the carry fresh, the tax, 2 batteries, and a cheap bag, we're looking at $1,200–1,300, just the same price point as the Air 2S was.
Yeah.
And my Facebook thing keeps putting this thing that it wants me to share. It's like I bought mine a year ago today, or yesterday.
Oh wow, yeah. But we know now it's going to be at least mid-May. At least mid-May.
We can wait.
The only thing.
Yeah, I'm fine. I can wait.
The only thing too is this delay thing. Okay, whatever reason, it's probably valid. Whatever. That alone though is going to cause me to wait at least another month, because I want to make sure this thing doesn't have any issues. You roll out your flagship Mavic 3 and it wasn't that great, to say the least, initially. So I just want to see how it plays out.
This delay, and I just want to talk for a second about this. This isn't because they're not over here, and we talked about it on Rotor Talk. They're already sitting in the warehouses. It's in the Best Buys. It's in the centers that DJI has, their warehouses. That's not the delay. Okay. So, whatever's going on, I know they're having lockdowns and stuff going on in China right now. So, that may be playing into it right now. So
that means nobody on the panel don't watch our shit if we buy Mini 3. Chuck's saying non-fanboys. So who would be a non-fanboy? Max 420 would be a non-fanboy. Right?
Brian brings up a good point. Is it good to kind of sit in the sidelines for a while and wait for any early kinks to be worked out on this Mini 3?
It depends on what you want it for. Okay, yeah. If you want it like for somebody like me who just loves taking pictures and filming videos, yeah, I could wait. I tend not to. I'm not gonna lie. I tend to like to be the one that has it too. But if you're someone like Ron or someone like Bill, it's more advantageous for you to buy the drone as soon as it comes out, because you can post all those videos and all your quirks and all your problems, and there's where all your views come from.
Yep.
Correct. I'm too lazy to do that shit. And now, since it's been like 6 years since all this started, and we've been doing all this stuff, now clickbait's cool. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. You can, people love rumors now. Jasper, I think, even put out a tweet today saying that DJI wants to clamp down on all the leaks and slam the door. And I'm like, why? They don't have to spend any money whatsoever on advertising. And we're all whipped into a frenzy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like with the cheap drone companies. Like they get a hold of you. Holy Stone, those guys, they want you to review their drones for them. They're going to send them to you for free because it's cheaper to send small channels like me the drone than it is to create professional advertisement for it.
Exactly. And a lot of times somebody could get creative enough to make something that's better than a professionally made, unit.
Right.
Not me, but I'm just saying somebody.
Yeah.
But I think I may, if I can get this in May, around the 15th, like they're saying, that I'm going to attempt to do some of those review videos and how-to videos and firmware videos. I'm not going to make a 30-minute one and talk about whatever. I'm because I like we talked about last week. I can't watch a 15 or 20-minute video. I just can't. I can do my best to watch like a 6 to an 8-minute video. That's really hard. I like the way that
it's important you have your own style too. Like create your own style of like some people make like we had Air Photography. Then he makes usually kind of short, concise videos most of the time. And that's his style, and it works for him well.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm saying me personally. Remember when I asked around the panel? I said, I said, how long can you watch a drone video? And I'm like, just a cinematic video. Or, and if it's a firmware update video, you want to know, okay, the meat of it. That's the whole point. And I've got about my usual YouTube watch span. I'm going to say 4 minutes is about the longest video I could watch, unless it's an information video. And then I can give about 6 to 8 minutes, because how many of y'all, especially if it's an information video, or if it's an installation video, you'll like watch a little bit of it and you're like, oh, I know all that. And you'll skip halfway up the video, and you'll be like, no, I don't need all that. I understand that. Get to where I'm putting the actual part in,
Right. Well, that's why it's good in those videos to go ahead in your script description and say, this happens at 5 minutes and 8 seconds. This happens at 6 minutes, that kind of thing, to let people know so they can just click on that time link, because whenever you enter the time in the description in YouTube, it'll take you right there. All you got to do is click on it.
And if people do that are real good, Bill, because if I would do that in my longer videos, the video would never, ever get released. The next drone would be out before I would finish that video. But to Bill's point, sometimes I'll do a new drone or a major new firmware update where there's new stuff to it, and I'll do a full flight. I'll I'll screen record the whole flight, because I'm showing people the little controls, the software. Sometimes I'll even stop and give a tutorial, say, okay, this is how this is how you expose your lock and whatever. So usually I try to give a lot of information out in the longer form videos rather than just, fly the drone and say that feels pretty down there.
Keep talking.
Well, that's that's basically in a long form video, I really try to show how you get menus, how you find certain camera things, best settings and whatever. So there is some, once in a while, again, I do a full screen recording, and I try to make it as informational as I can. I'm not saying there's not some stuff in there where I'm just talking at times, but I try to get as much information as I can.
I need to ask Akira Show which Atlanta strip club first. Since how long would I watch an FPV throughout it depends on which, because there's a few I'd be like, nah, no. Now there's a couple, yeah, but there's one in particular, I'm not going to name the club, but no.
Well, how did Atlanta get in the conversation?
Because he's like, because remember I was talking about how long I could watch a drone video.
Oh, okay.
So he was trying to say, I'm not racking on Marcus. I'm not trying to say that. There's a shitload of videos out there that are super, 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 super long. I mean, I know some other people that do like, RC truck videos that are like 35 minutes long. And it's just basically the truck driving this way and the truck driving this way, the truck driving this way. And they tell you about the battery over and over and over. I just can't watch those types of videos. And I think when we had Aldrin on here before, he was talking to us about the attention span of most YouTube viewers. Unless it's in an instructional video that has steps in it, step by step that you need to do, then they're only going to give you about 2 to 3 minutes of view time. So you got to give them some really major pop in that, that video. Yeah. And we're all talking about what is it? You got to change the point of view or change the ideal or the opinion of like every 4 to 6 seconds so that, you can keep that attention span locked in and everything. So,
but yet somebody like Jevin Dovey is one of the biggest YouTubers around. He does drones, but he does more camera drone than he does drone stuff. But Jevin will put a 45, 60-minute video up, and it'll have like, hundreds of thousands of views or whatever, because it's well done, packed with information.
Because it's a sponsored video that he gets people that actually, like, there's businesses out there. There's social media.
Not all his videos are sponsored. Some are, some aren't.
No. You missed what I'm saying. Like, you can pay a service to distribute your social media links, you know, and especially someone like him who already has a large following. If you kick out an extra 10,000 links, then your channel is going to pull in all that extra traffic. I'm not saying that I'm saying he is sponsoring his own videos through a social media outlet service. So a lot of your bigger channels do that now. Like I was saying, some channels, I'm not going to say any channels, but I have been told that there's actually some social media services running specials right now to where you can have a video highlighted for as little as $50 a video. So basically what will happen is this social media service will take your $50, they'll pay their people, and then you'll have 6 or 8 people that will do nothing but send the link to your video everywhere on the internet. So for, basically 8 hours one day, those people are going to put out your link probably 8,000, 10,000 times for that $50. So you're going to get a lot of traffic off of that.
$50, I'd be out of business real quick on YouTube and paid $50 for all my videos.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that it's something that any of us would do. I'm saying it is out there. It is available. Some people are taking advantage of it. I'm sure that if you want to get the service as a, like a full-fledged member, you could probably get a monthly price for what, $250, $300 a month for.
I don't make that on my YouTube channel, so I would be going under.
I totally get that, but I think the days of just genuine discovery and basic explosion, other than you doing instructional and informative videos, are pretty much gone. So if you see a video now that just kind of blows up and all it is one of your older cinematic videos, go to that channel and go back through those channels and look at their other videos, their cinematic videos. And I'm sure you'll notice that some of them only have like 130, 140 views. And then occasionally you'll see one that will just blow all to hell and go like 3,250 views. And then 2 weeks later, when they don't have the extra whatever money, then they're only getting 140, 150 views or nowhere near what they did originally. So it's just...
Hey, Bill, one of the other things I think with all this, and I think Ron and I kind of talked about it, is, the explosion of drone reviewers on YouTube. It kind of waters it down, because let's say, for an example, when I first started out, I was thinking, getting 5 or 10,000 views on some of my videos is great. It's now if I get 5K on a video, I'm really happy about it. And normally expect maybe about 1,000 or so. And it's that way. It's across the board for those of us that are like under 100,000 as far as subscribers are concerned.
I know Marcus. I know Ron. When the Mini 3 comes out, how many people will be competing? And not really competing against, but how many people will have similar Mini 3 videos out in the first week of its release? I mean, thousands and thousands of similar videos will be out there. So what can make yours stand out from the pack?
Well, here's the other thing too. When the Mavic 3 got released, okay, there was a big name drone reviewer. I won't mention his name. In the first 14 days, he had 13 videos out on it. Okay.
Yeah.
And and the thing is, it's good for him because he's going to get all that traffic, because that's how that YouTube algorithm works, and it drives it to there. But for the rest of us, it's like, we're fighting for the scraps of bread that are left.
Right. And we're not going to name who that is, but we're not knocking anybody, because the guy that he's loved, when you meet him, he's one of the nicest guys in the world in real life.
Yeah, in real life. What? So is he evil on camera?
No. This is
Look at Don. Too many drone channels now. Sock puppets are the next big thing. I think this is what I love about our show, is when we get to the point to where we've about talked out the drone stuff, and then
we went to inside baseball there for a few seconds.
We start getting nostalgic. So, but we're not quite there.
Want to get real nostalgic? Can we go back about 3 years and start talking about the Spark 2 and the Phantom 5? That was a regular topic of many shows.
I was telling Bill before we started that I was going to come out and go, yes, ladies and gentlemen, did you see the new firmware update to the Mavic 2 Pro? And tonight we've got new information on the DJI Mavic Air. Stay tuned.
Or I thought you were going to say you're going to walk out with a Phantom 5 in your hand.
No, I was going to go like we had jumped back in time. And then Brian was going to be like, "Hello, everyone. I'm the new drummer for the band."
Yeah, maybe when we do that, I'll have to color my hair a little bit and lose 20 pounds and look like I did 3 years ago.
Yeah, here we go, Miss Stu, but my name was Ringo. It's Ringo, not Stu.
Not Stu. Yeah. Stu's from Scotland. What are you talking about, mate? Anyway. Shoot. Okay, so what are you? We still haven't talked about. I personally, here's what I'm going to do. I've already said this. I'm going to go ahead and do drone, battery, DJI RC, fly more standard, 147-minute, or the flight battery plus. What are you going to do, Ron?
Well, I'll change this strategy 10 times before we actually get here, since it's meaningless. But I'm thinking at this point, maybe I'll just order that drone by itself, right, with one battery, and pray that it works with the RC Pro soon. But if it doesn't, I can still, use the standard, RC that I have with all my other drones now. So I may go cheap. And Bill, we didn't talk about this. Let me throw one little thing. And did you see somebody's site said, there's the ND fillers in the Flymore kit, but they're the same kind of ND fillers that came with the Mavic, the Air 2, a 16, a 64, and a 256.
And
remember
they're going to the good filters again.
But you know what, Bill? It may make more sense this time around, because if it has a 1.7 inch aperture, it may let in a whole bunch of light during the daylight conditions. So you may need that 64 if you're flying in any type of bright sunlight. It didn't make a lot of sense for the quad bear, half-inch sensor on the Air 2, but now it does with this bigger sensor and that wide aperture. Because I'm not positive, but I think the Air 2 had a 2.8 inch aperture, so we got a much wider aperture here. So that 64 can come in very handy. Bill, which kit are you getting? Bill H.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to kind of lean along the lines of what Bill's getting. I'm only going to get one of those 47-minute batteries, because I'm like, okay, I'm like, that's just too darn tempting. It's just sitting out there, just begging for this. And and I tell you this, what really excites me is the ability and the capability of being able to fly that in the wind. And Florida, especially near the coast, we get a lot of wind. We got more wind on the Gulf than we do on the Atlantic side of things. And I'm really super pumped about being able to get that. And you know what? May's fine with me. I have no qualms or quarrels about that. None whatsoever.
I'm cool with May too. You kind of, because the thing about it is if people like I think Charles was mentioning earlier that he didn't have the cash right now. Well, this gives you until mid-May now, and plus you might be one of these people like Brian that wants to hold off. The reason I want the RC is kind of a backup to the RC Pro, because I'm pretty sure it's going to work with the Mavic 3, because we already know if the the RC N1 is the base controller for the Mavic 3, and it's also the base controller for the
Air
Mini
2S
3.
and the Mini 2.
Yeah, so all of those, then more than likely this basic smart controller is going to be able to be used with the Mavic 3. It might not have everything that you would have with the Mavic 3. I don't know, but I'm assuming that it would probably, and it will also work with the Air 2S and possibly the Mini 2, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So
probably the only thing that would hold it back is them intentionally holding it back from some of those drones.
Yep, exactly. Oh, did I slow down again?
No. You were good. You were good.
Okay, it was you that hiccuped for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Wasn't me.
See, now StreamYard's moving around to me now.
Yeah, it's bouncing around the rooms. So we're all good there. Okay. Well, we've. What, Brian? What are you gonna say?
I don't know. You know, like I said, I've been leaning towards the Autel line, and you mentioned that 1.7 sensor, and I'm looking at the Evo Nano Plus, and I'm looking for the specs to verify it, but I think, let me see. Oh no, it's a 1.9, which still isn't bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
And the thing that I've been seeing about, the Nano Plus is its low light capabilities are equal to anything I'm getting from the 1-inch sensor on the Air 2S.
Right.
And I'm looking at that price point. It's almost a match for this drone we're talking about, for DJI's drone, because it's $949 Autel for the standard bundle, and this thing is $900 for the DJI Mini 3.
Yeah.
So
remember what I say? I said everything's going to be about $50 cheaper. That's what I told y'all. It's going to be about $50 cheaper than everything Autel came out with the Nano Plus.
Yeah. So all Brian's got to do, he's just got to sit back and watch the reviews and compare their mini.
I was going to say, y'all need to get to buying, okay? I can't make up my mind.
Well, I mean, keep watching until you do.
I had to rag on him to get this shirt. I had to bitch at him.
Yeah. Or I got it, Brian. If Best Buy carries both drones, just got down to Best Buy and buy both of them, fly them both, and the one you like better keep, and the one you don't like, take back within 30 days.
Ron, you just hit it on the head, because I'm sitting here thinking, okay, how can I swing 2 drones in 1 year? Yeah. But I'm thinking, okay,
just return it before it hits your credit card.
I know I want the Autel. I just cleared paying off the Air 2S, so I'm good there. I can get it at Best Buy. And I can wait 6 months on the other one, on the Mini 3.
Hey, speaking of Autel, can I give an Autel update? I saw it was an app update for Autel that put a lot of new features for mapping in there. I'm not a mapper, so I don't understand all, but it got a ton of new mapping features today. That's the Evo 2 Pro, not the Nano.
I got something else for you too, Brian.
Why is Chris Hope calling me a quitter?
No, I got something to tell you, because he was like 2 drones in 1 year. So I got your secret here. It's called B&H Photo Credit.
Yeah, I know. I'm good with the credit stuff. I got 2 drones last year. I got the Air 2S and I got the Mini SE. Because the Mini SE was $300. I was able to sneak that in right under the radar.
Oh, or I got it. Sell as many drones as you're buying.
Yeah.
Now I like building the fleet. I still have my Mavic 2 Zoom, and every now and again I pull that thing out and go, damn, why is this thing sitting on the wall for months on end? This thing is good.
I got storage issues. I downsized to the big house, so I got to keep things
Here's
moving.
The thing about it is
moving out.
I did that to begin with, Brian, just like you. I would hang on to all of them. And, and then Ron was like, okay, but how much do you fly them? I'm like, well, not a whole lot. He said, you always fly newer drones, don't you? And he goes, yeah. And eventually your battery's going to die because you kind of slack on your battery maintenance and you don't do the things. And then you're going to go drag it out one day and it's just not going to fire up. But the whole point of these drones is to fly and live their lives. So I have finally realized that it's better to sell my drones and to support my upgrade habit through selling my drones, and they live on with other people. So
and I sell most of mine on Facebook Marketplace. I meet the people, I fly it for them, show them how it well works. The people hand me the money, they have these big smiles on their face. I feel like Santa Claus, even though I sold to them. They're so glad that I sold these drones when they see me test fly it all around. They it kind of makes me feel good that they're so tickled to get these drones.
Bill really hit the nail on the head as far as selling these drones and, repurposing that money. And you're giving somebody else an opportunity to fly a good product, well, for me, some of the things, like I sold my FEMI Mini and I sold my FEMI X8 SE 2018, I like those drones. Well, I like the 2018 especially, but, drones that you have to work at, like you're doing a lot of firmware updates and all this, and you got to do calibrations and everything all the time. you know what, those I lose my interest with that rather quickly. Drones like DJI drones, if I have to do, maybe a quick compass calibration, boom, I'm ready to go. Those are the kind of drones, basically I fire it up, charge it up, it's ready to go. I can get out there and fly. It's just the ones that take work, it's going to have a short shelf life with me.
Really? Hey, Bill, it's a shame Gary's not around tonight. I flew the Emax Tiny Hawk 2 today.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Not with the goggles, though. I was just flying at line of sight. I finally got it bound today or whatever.
Okay, but you flew it in stabilized, so and it flies kind of like a toy drone, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't have the controls right. So the first couple of flights were in acro, and I actually flew it across the yard a couple of times in acro without the goggles on.
Wow, no, I can't. I have trouble with acro.
I mean, these weren't good flights, Bill. I mean, these were drunken flights, but it did make it.
No, I'll flip within 6 feet. I'll tend to jiggle too hard and it'll go over. But since we're at that point, we're talking about other things. I wanted to show that I picked up 2 collector's items today. Ooh, look! Can you see what they are? Can you see what they are?
Oh, the Cybertruck already.
No, the thing about it is they've been out for a while, right?
They're hard to get, huh?
Well, since he's canceled the truck completely.
Really?
Yeah, he's canceled the Cybertruck. He said
wow.
it was too much of a pain in the butt, so they're not going to come out with it. So I've been picking up all the Cybertruck stuff, and I found this one. This one's a special Hot Wheels. It's called Uniquely Identifiable Vehicles, and it actually has the quad in the back.
Oh, wow.
If you can see it back there.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And so now I want to get the Hot Wheels RC because they got it on Amazon for $99 now. So I want to get it and put it up somewhere too. I told my grandkids, I'm like, well, I might let you play with one of them. But yeah, we all know but I told my wife, I was like, this is the one we're going to put away. They can't play with this one. Because my grandkids they'll be like, oh look, Grandpa's in that. I'm seeing Star Wars stuff come out. I'm like, where in the hell did that come from? And then I realized they've broke into the collectibles cabinet.
Oh boy,
So and then my son's like, oh well, I thought this was, and I was like, no, that's why it had the zip tie on it and the do not open sign. And then, of course, for my grandkids, that's like, ooh,
Man, I never thought of zip ties.
That's like putting a do not steal sign up or something.
Well, to my kids, that's like, oh, then there's something inside we want. We must have it. So, but yeah, I thought that was cool. Oh, and has anyone seen The Batman with Robert Pattinson as the Batman?
I saw it. It's available the stream on HBO Max for like $20 or something.
No, I have HBO Max because we have HBO. And so you get HBO Max as a bonus for being a subscriber to HBO. And so I've already watched it.
How was it?
I love it. It's awesome. It's basically what people don't understand. It's his first couple of years as Batman. So he's still kind of figuring out just what kind of a Batman guy he wants to be. So he's brutal. Very, very brutal. I mean, the first scene of the movie, you see him actually electrocute a guy. So, I mean, it's pretty heavy duty. And he's much more violent. And then as the movie progresses, he realizes that he needs to become more of a symbol to the people so that they realize they don't have to be afraid on the streets. But the way they did this is so incredible because he finds out that his dad was actually a little corrupt in this particular genre. He finds out that his dad's foundation is a little bit corrupt. The people he thought were important and special to him were a little bit corrupt.
Not the Wayne Foundation.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So he's just like really disillusioned. And I'll be honest with you, little what's her name? Kravitz. The little Kravitz girl is an awesome little Catwoman. No, except for her little pullover, I don't know what you want to call it, beanie Catwoman hat. They could have done a better job on that. But oh, wait a minute! Please don't spoil. Just don't spoil the movie. I'm sorry. The squirrel is taking over. We're at that point of the show.
So if you haven't seen Batman, you could turn the sound down right now, folks.
But hey, I haven't told you much. You need to go see it. It's because I haven't told you who the main villain is. I haven't told you what happens. You know, the fact of what I've told you should intrigue the shit out of a lot of you into wanting to go watch it. You
now, who is your favorite Batman of all time, Bill?
Because they're so different. Each storyline was different. I can say that George Clooney was my least favorite Batman.
Okay.
I can say that with
I can concur, I guess, with you on that.
You'd have unanimous on that one.
Even
though I like George Clooney overall, it's not.
I love him as an actor, but he was a horrible Batman. I liked Michael Keaton opposite of Jack Nicholson. I think that wouldn't have worked any other way.
Okay,
because I think he would have overpowered, anybody else, and Keaton was just ballsy enough to do it. So it was good, like Jack didn't steal the whole movie. I don't know. I really, who's your favorite Batman?
Oh, that's easy for me. Christian Bale. I just absolutely love him.
I was gonna say I'd probably lean towards Christian Bale.
And I got to have a soft spot for, and I forget the name of the movie. The one that they filmed most of it in Pittsburgh. They actually filmed the stadium breaking up and all that stuff, and had some Steeler football players in it.
Nobody likes Batfleck.
Batfleck.
Well, yeah, not bad. No, he's not bad, but
Come on, we got a little Batfleck.
Yeah, not bad. I really enjoyed what was it came on HBO Max, that kind of restored version of what they call it, one where Batman, Superman all teamed up against that
Justice League.
Yeah. I really liked the way they did that kind of long 3-4 hour version.
Yeah. That was the Justice League. That's
League.
It was awesome. I've watched all 4 hours multiple times.
Yeah. And did you watch the Silver Edition? They have a Silver Edition of that too, where they kind of colorized it, make it kind of look kind of silvery. That was
it's called the gray. It's gray. Yeah. But I've watched it. Yep. All of those are available on HBO Max.
And this show is sponsored by HBO Max, folks. Please click the links down below.
Y'all are just sick.
It's gone back crap crazy.
Y'all are just sick, man. Adam West is turning in his grave right now.
Oh, yeah. Poor Adam West was first, and it'll always be a special place for Adam West.
Yeah, there will be. But I was thinking that maybe there was like a Batman movie before.
They did a bunch of stuff
in the
1940s. In the 1940s, they had some movies with Batman in it, but it was really kind of pretty cheesy and campy even for back in the day.
I think they were those things like the Flash Gordon. They were the things that played before the real movie. Like they were like kind of. I forget what they used to call them, things like these shorter movies that they
call them serial. I think they call them serial.
Yeah. So, well, folks, any other drone news besides the Mini 3 this week?
Oh, whoa! So apparently Ron Deals Drone has put up. There's apparently a video. Hang on, I'm going to bring it up. Thank you. Who was it that told me? Scott, for letting me know. Let's get back over here. Chrome tab, Twitter. Okay. So here's let's see, does this get big?
And all this is still not enough to make me even think of going to Twitter.
Inspire 3 is what he's thinking.
Oh,
but that's an awful big bird. We thought we were getting a smaller bird, didn't we?
Maybe they were wrong.
Okay, remember, this one's going to collapse. Remember?
But does it look foldable in any way? I don't see how it could be foldable there. That's a huge camera underneath, though.
Yeah, that is a kick butt camera.
Sure that's not a military drone over into Ukraine dropping about payload?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's true. Okay. And then up here, what do we got? He's saying for the DJI Mini 3 Pro, you can still see in the cache in Google. So, well, that's what's so weird. If they've already given them the specs and they've already, let me stop this. They've already given them the specs. They've already printed up ads. And now we're waiting almost another full month for delivery of the drone. That's really weird for them.
Unless we touched it earlier, maybe they're waiting for the final firmware to fix the GPS issue.
Yeah, that could be a
I remember when the Mavic 3 story came out, and remember somebody from DJI said, well, we'll deliver the second firmware update for the GPS within the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, also too, we haven't seen the FCC information yet. And I was talking about that with Bill before the show started. And, I was reminding people last night that the Spark, it didn't come out till the day it was released in New York City.
Right.
So they can do that.
After this leak, they might as well just go ahead and apply for it because there's no more secrets left.
What? Right? He just had him sit in North Dakota. Right. They had a 4-foot blizzard. And then where he works at, they're expecting another 6 to 12 inches this weekend.
Ron wants to come back to the Florida drone meetup again, where he wore his shorts all weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Coming back to Florida.
Yeah, come on down, Ron.
Come on back, Ron.
Well, Ron's another one of those guys. You meet Ron in real life; he's the nicest guy in the world. Even like the wives say, like Ron tells these great stories. You hate the leave Ron because he can entertain even the wives with his stories of the great Northwest.
Ron was fantastic. Ron, I really enjoyed meeting you. That was awesome.
Here's the strange thing. Andrew's got a good question here. He says it's 2 months for an update, fast for DJI. What's peculiar about this particular thing is the GPS issue is known, and it's been known.
Right.
DJI has admitted to it on multiple occasions.
Mm-hmm. It took them a while, but they do now. Yeah.
But what's Steven from over there, what am I want to say? The guys, what is it? Steven Sutton's group, the Flyby guys.
Flyby guys, yeah.
Okay. He says that he doesn't think it's repairable. We have seen the information in the forums saying where they use the automotive chip in this one is what's limiting it. So will that mean that the Mini 3 will have the original chip that they didn't have the issues with, that had the onboard memory and such? We don't know.
Wait a minute, though. Didn't that have to do with DJI's loss of the license for Glassnose and all that
stuff? See, that's where the plot thickens.
The other theory is that where they couldn't get the initial chips that they wanted because of the shortages, there was an abundance of the automotive version of the chip. The difference was the EEPROM in the automotive version didn't have the full flash memory that the other one did, so it couldn't hold all those firmware updates and everything. So it was what happened was initially when the drone came out, it worked pretty good. It could get pretty good GPS locking stuff because all the features weren't unlocked yet, remember? And that goes to the story in the background that we didn't know to begin with. So DJI knew from the very beginning that it was going to have GPS issues. That's why they turned all that stuff off to begin with. And then when they turned it on after we had raised immortal hell saying we want it and sales had begun to fall drastically, they went ahead and turned it on, and the memory issues from the automotive chip that they already were pretty sure were going to happen occurred. Now, each time that's been put on the forum, someone from DJI has come in and shot it down and said it was all bullshit and claimed, oh, well, they don't know about this, they don't know about that. And then magically the whole string disappears. Now, if it's bullshit and they shoot it down, you would think they would leave it up and even pin it so that you could find out it was a crock. But they don't. They pull the whole string down. Well, each time they'll come back with more evidence each time. So I'm waiting for more evidence to come up probably the 1st of May that's going to tell us even more. We'll just have to see.
I got a little bit of, that could be true, but, it's also it doesn't hold. There are differences. Okay, for instance, I got the Mavic 3 within 2 weeks of release.
Right.
I got it almost as soon as I arrived home from spin up, and the very first time I flew it, it took 5 or 6 minutes to get satellites. Way before the December firmware update, I already had the GPS issue, and when they put the firmware update out in December, my GPS didn't take any longer than it did before because I had the problem from the get-go every flight.
Mine's been the same the whole time.
Mine was the exact opposite of Ron. Okay, out of the box, first time it would take a minute. Boom, I was good to go. And then I did the last firmware update. Now I have it. It's at least 4 or 5 minutes right out in front of my house. Clear blue sky.
Well, me, it was 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes max before the firmware update, and it's still 2.5 minutes max after the firmware update.
And see, mine's changed dramatically since the most recent firmware update in Florida. At one point, I got an update. In about a minute and 5 seconds, I got a GPS lock. Another test, I was about a minute and 30 some. But now I get home to New Jersey just today. Boy, it's been bad since I got home. I took the Mavic 3 out, and I was back to 3 minutes again today in New Jersey. So I get dramatically different results depending on where I'm at.
Well, another thing that I brought up as well, and I think I did this just for grins and giggles. I took UAV forecast out, and it tells you how many satellites are there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that, that's something people have not talked a lot about. But for example, when I got the maximum of 13 satellites, I looked on UAV forecast, it showed 13 satellites available at that point in time. So, I'm not sure, geographically where you're at when you're firing your bird up, where versus where the satellites are and everything, how many are up in the sky. That probably plays into it.
Just not to confuse people out there in the chat. It's only a GPS issue when you're booting up. Once I was flying in the air today, once I had that lock and I was flying around, I got the 21 satellites today. So the satellites are fine once they come in. It's only an issue before the lock.
Mm-hmm. Well, mine, like I said, I can get 9 satellites in about a minute. Okay. And I get, the full lock and, not limited in height or whatever in about, like I said, 2.5 minutes is the most.
You're right. I get the same thing. I get 8 come in pretty quick. Then you get stuck there, and then sometimes I get stuck at 11. It sits at 11 forever, and then I don't get that lock until 12. But what? Have a bigger conversation here. What is an acceptable time for GPS lock? You're seeing 12 satellites with your phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting right now. Is this 12?
What's the 0.2? What is that thing doing floating around up there at?
Huh?
0.2?
What do you mean 0.2?
How big is that satellite? Is it It's a 0.2?
Yeah, really. A 3.2 that are locked.
Yeah, but what is it?
Now it's down to 1.
Everybody, let's go around. What is an acceptable time for a GPS lock on a drone?
It depends from a professional standpoint or from a recreational standpoint.
Well, so you could say give us both.
I have not being a professional. I don't know. 2.5 minutes.
Give us your recreational.
2.5 minutes is cool.
2.5.
I know what. Wait a minute. Just for the fact that I don't have an M3 and I'm using what I use, an Air 2S, blah 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 blah. Satellite lock is not even an issue. What I'm getting at is if I had to wait 30 seconds, I would be irritated on a satellite lock. And that's, you mentioned as a user or a professional user, but especially professional, it's like, okay, the time is money.
What is it?
2 minutes now.
DJI sets home point at 12, isn't it?
Generally, I've seen it. I've seen it happen 11. I've seen it happen at 13, but most of the time it's 12.
It's 12. Yeah.
So we'll say a full lock is 12 satellites.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
Bill H, what's an acceptable GPS lock time to you?
For me, because I'm a hobbyist, okay, I'm like 3 minutes. I'm good. I'm not okay. Now here, I'm going to give a great example. Like somebody who's a real professional like Billy or Dobo, okay, and let's say, they're trying to line up a shot and get either a sunrise or a sunset and light coming through a fence or wherever, it's crucial to people like them. It's like super crucial. It's like, boom, they got it right away.
Yeah.
And for us, I'm not, if I'm trying to get that sunset, I'm going to be out there way ahead of time planning on it. Okay.
Yeah.
For somebody like me. But
Like
for
Captain
them,
Ray
time
has
is
a
money.
video where he was trying to get a cruise ship going down like one of the canals where he lives. It took him so long to get a lock on the Mavic 3. He only got it from behind.
That's kind of weird. So a Chinese drone has the Chinese satellites disabled by default.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't know that. Does anybody
where's the button?
Where's the button to turn them on and off?
Yeah,
I didn't know there
that's a good
was.
question.
Did y'all know there was a way to turn them on?
Yeah,
and
it's
off?
under the secret advanced settings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't tell anybody
Wait a
about that
minute.
one, Brian.
I know
Secret
I
advanced
know where it's
settings.
at. It's under the squirrel settings.
There you go. You just gotta, you think you're at the bottom, and you just gotta flick it one more time. Oh, there it is.
He's
a little
saying
bit
it's
more.
in the app.
Okay,
I didn't-
everybody
okay.
fired up. Let's see this
Yeah.
thing.
Let's get our controllers out.
Everybody's I got a battery charged over here. Let me see that.
Is it on the Android or iOS version of the app?
Let's see. Turn on do sat. Oh no, ST dumbass.
Greg Pittman says no. It's in the UAV app.
It's in the UAV app. What? Oh. So he's talking about okay. He wasn't talking about the drone. He was talking about on my phone.
Okay.
Okay, so I would pick up more.
See, Ron Lockwood's got to run, Bill.
Oh yeah, I'm getting to the point where I got to give Erica a shower too. So okay, I got you. I didn't. I thought you was talking about. Well, I thought we discovered how to fix the Mavic 3.
We thought we had a breakthrough. Yeah.
We're like, okay, we can call DJI and tell them to release the Mini 3 tomorrow.
We thought we thought we recorded Sgt. Pepper too.
And we
And I'm 65. Your grandmother should know.
John didn't really get shot. So he'll be here for the next one. Yeah. Touch the satellite's lock square. Oh yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize. I thought he was. I was like, oh my god, we got it figured out, man. All right, we're good to go.
These were UAV experts now.
Okay, so we're at that. Anybody just want to? So we're at the random coasting stage. Wait a minute, I need to do this since it's today. Y'all go ahead and talk about anything.
Well, here it is up here.
Okay, Bill's
and
got it.
it shows it right there. And it's a slider, and right beneath it include GLONASS sats, and the other one includes Galileo sats.
Oh, Galileo.
So it's Galileo.
Galileo is what it says. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Also, that way we would know just how Galileo was working or not.
isn't that Queen? Oh, I'm in the wrong band again.
Galileo.
Yeah. Freddie Mercury created that section of the app.
Hey, Bill, 12.1 sats myself.
Oh, I went to 17 now. I went to 17.
Oh, because you add the Galileo in there now.
Yep. Galileo. So yeah, but see, the thing about it is so my phone is only picking up 19. So my drone's only going to pick up 19, right? Supposedly.
I've seen that not match up. I've seen the drone pick up more. I've seen the drone pick up less.
I got to say this. Ever since I started flying drones, like for at least 5-6 years here, I've never had this even been remotely close to being an issue at all. I mean, it's like, in everything. And I'm talking like no matter even the pieces of trash from FEMI and all that stuff, never. I mean, it was always good to go, especially DJI. Never concerned, By the time I fired up the app and, I got the batteries on, everything good to go, I was ready to fly. There's no issue.
Hey, Bill, I don't know why, but it seems like the cheaper the toy drone I get, the faster and more satellites it gets. Like if you send me a $200 piece of crap drone, man, that gets satellites in a split second, and it gets like
those Feeny drones. I had no problems. I mean, it was like before I knew it, I had 14, 15 satellites just at the drop of a hat as soon as I opened the app up.
Yeah, when you actually put those things up in the air, they don't stand that still, though. So I don't know what good all those satellites do.
Bring it up, Bill. Come on, bring some up. It's 420, man.
Bring what up?
Don't just bring some of that stuff up my way, man. Come on.
So, folks, we're going to discontinue any other drone news until the Mini 3 gets out because nobody wants to hear it anyways, huh?
Well, we did see a little brief could be Inspire 3 with. But that if that's true, then it's going to have the new camera. What is it? What's that new one that came out with the gimbal?
Yeah, I can't think of the name, but I know what you mean. X4 or
X9? X9,
okay.
I think. Is that right? X9?
I think so.
Because I think that would make sense because that is a big camera. But it looked to me like that airframe couldn't handle that big ass camera.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked like it was. So if I'll have it here. Let me throw the link up to his.
I bet you they didn't get their satellite lock on that Inspire 3. They didn't wait for the 12 satellites.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. All right, so yes, you can go check out his channel. He's got a couple new things up to talk about. Like I said, if you haven't already, I would advise going and watching The Batman. With fingers crossed, I'm hoping we're going to have Support Your Local Drone channel from Down Under next week. If I can get hooked up with Matt, then we're going to try to do that next week. And then, but also, since we've got 24 people here, the 24 people that are here, and considering 4 of them are us, that means there's 20 people here. And if I keep talking, we'll probably lose more. Anyway, don't forget about collaboration. Please don't forget about collaboration. It's a 1080p, 30-second clip, 30 frames per second. You can email it to deadthomas@gmail.com, deadthomas52@gmail.com. Let me type that in just to be. So please, I don't care if it's FPV. I don't care if it's, camera drones, anything drone related. At this point, if you want to throw in B-roll, we'll throw in B-roll. And our plan is we're going to take all these 30-second clips. We're going to feed them into the Filmora AI and let it kick out a truly community collaborated video at the end. Brian actually made one on his channel. Some people were griping, saying it had too many graphics and stuff. And
yeah, it was too sparkly.
Yeah, too sparkly. But I thought it came out great. All things considering,
for what it is, yeah. Like I said to a lot of them, that kind of thing can be really useful for making an intro, for just making a short, even. I mean, you've got a good time frame there. You can bust everything up into 5-second clips. That's Instagram stuff there. If you do it right.
Well, and your video was like 3 minutes long, wasn't it? Because you put a bunch of
47 clips was 2 minutes 40.
And right now, I think I've got about 23 or 24. I think Brian sent me a couple more. I think Lance sent me a couple more. It's still going to be a couple of weeks. I think we're going to have a special, bigger channel. Well, y'all know who it is. It's the same one that always comes on here. So he's probably going to be here on the 4th of May, and that would be the night that I would like to produce the collaboration video. So he's going to give us a 30-second clip that night also, and we'll add it to the mix, and then so we'll have that. I think I may email Kelly. I may email a couple other people and see if they want to get into it. Bill, I don't know if you knew about it or not. We're trying to do a collaboration thing. I'm going to use Filmora AI. To actually take these clips and just put them together so that everybody has a little something in there. I'd like to try to do it on the 1st of May.
By the way, Bill,
I'll get something
on this project, just a bit of advice. Make more than one. Use the same clips, but I already found out that if you put them in a different order, you're going to get a different product.
Yeah.
So you could get all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah. So people, the whole point is you can send me as many 30-second clips as you want to, right? But what you need to understand is each of those 30-second clips, Fillmore is probably going to take anywhere from 4 to 8 seconds out of that clip to put into the AI final product. So, you can send in 2 or 3 clips. That's perfectly fine. You can send them in from the same video. You can do it's whatever you want to. It's however you want to do it. But like I said, let me get this in here.
This show is sponsored by Filmora.
Yeah, at this point of the show, earlier we've been sponsored by multiple things.
We're good. We're monetizing big time today. Hey, can I give a real quick shout out? I see Sunrise Water Media. Chris is in the chat there.
Hey, Chris.
Chris did an excellent video on how to do screen recordings and transfer files around with the RC Pro. He did it on Ready Set Drone. So if you have an RC Pro, you don't know how to move files around, do screen recordings. Check out Chris Waters' video over there.
You know what? Has anybody else noticed that when Kelly Shores does a video and when Chris Waters does a video, it may just be me, and it may be old, and I may be a stoner, and it could be an old hippie, but they sound like the same person. They sound like the same person.
I've seen them both in the same room at the same time, so I can dispel that rumor.
Wait a minute. Wait.
No, that's holograms, man. They can do holograms.
But can Chris talk while Kelly's drinking water?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I can't confirm that.
But anyway, yes, I'm glad to have Chris in here. Glad to have everybody in here. Like I said, please, I put the email address in there, deadthomas52@gmail.com. 30 seconds, 1080p, 30 frames per second. You can send as many clips as you like. In the email subject, just put collab or drone therapy collaboration or collab video.
I prefer steal my stuff.
Okay, fine. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm downloading them. I'm putting them on a separate area. I have them on my external hard drive. It's just set up for the collaboration.
We even got our own hard drive. Wow.
Yeah, that night, well, our partition anyway. So
you're gonna burn that hard drive afterwards, right? Good.
I'll hit it with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I remember what I told you. What I want to try to do is set it up so that once we get done with it, anybody that sent in a clip can email me. I will send them the video. They are all welcome to share it on their pages because I'm not going to say a damn thing about, copyright. And then since it's collaboration video, it would be fair for everybody to get traffic from it, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not just me because I thought of the idea, but everybody that sent in a clip is more than welcome to send in an email and say, "Hey, Bill, can you send me a copy of that so I can put it on my channel? I'd like to get some traffic from it." So cool.
And we'll send everyone the big YouTubers so they can do what you said. They can blast it out to 10,000 media services.
Do you know of any of those big time YouTubers that would do that? No
comment.
Yeah, I can't. Wait a minute. I can think of one that would probably be nice enough to do that, and he probably will do it anyway. And you all tend to. Kelly does anything and everything to help everybody. He always bends over backwards to help people.
Mm-hmm.
So if we said, "Hey, Kelly," and he's shared this show before. He's talked about it on his, So I'm perfectly cool with that. But like I said, I think it would be fair is if people did that. There's a promotion from yes. So yeah. We talked about that too. We were looking on Ron's page on Deals Drone, and we were going back and looking, and we saw that about the promotion going on, but we were wondering, could it be the 11th or could it be the 18th that they're going to put it on sale? So that's what we're trying to figure out now. And the specs are okay. Spec-wise, I don't know enough about the Autel. Does it measure up to the Mini 3 of what we know about?
Yeah, this goes above and beyond the specs because the Autel doesn't have 4K 60. That's probably the key thing. People love 4K 60, and this has it. And I don't believe either of the two new Autels do. Of correct me if I'm wrong out there in the chat. Bill, this is definitely the drone of drones here.
Yeah. Plus, we've equaled them with the same size sensor. We've got a smaller aperture with the 1.7. Do we know what the pixel size breakdown is? Is it 2.4?
I don't know the Autel's pixel size breakdown. Sorry.
Does Autel have 1080 at 120?
I don't remember that spec either.
Okay, so
here's something I do remember. Autel doesn't have a like a log profile. They don't have any type of these say like they have no log profile.
Here it is too. Yeah, we've been talking about that. I've been saying it for about 2 or 3 weeks now that I think this drone is meant to replace. I think DJI is going to end up scaling back. I think we're going to see the mini series is going to become their bottom end, and you're going to have but you're still going to have an SE on your mini, for your bargain brand shoppers, but you're going to have a mini, and then you're going to have a Mavic, and that's all. You're not going to have. I think they're going to get rid of the Air, basically because it's harder to get parts. We're not going to get an issue unless they create a new way to make chips. We're on a finite track on the chips, period. I mean, we're going to run out of material because the material is finite, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to have to, and we've been hearing for years that DJI is also going to get out of the drone business eventually. We've also seen the rumors about the cameras. They do own Hasselblad. We know that. We do know that Hasselblad is like the Cadillac of cameras, but justifiably so when you combine it with the Hasselblad color science. So, I mean, they could do a lot of things.
Right. Well, and actually over the years, and the history lesson, but the Hasselblad cameras have all been made by another camera company. Hasselblad was more of a color science company and everything else, and their hardware was always made by some Chinese or Japanese company. So but anyhow, enough of that.
Well, no, it's all that's perfectly fine. But what I'm trying to say is they own the company. They very well could go that route.
Yeah, right.
Right. And there's a lot less technology that they would be, hands tied with in producing cameras. I'm sure they're going to need sensors and stuff like that, but I don't know exactly what they could access for a camera or how it would work with the camera or what being on that list would have to do with them in producing a camera, because
here's a question.
All right, go ahead.
Is DJI a publicly traded company?
No, not in the US anyway.
So there is no way to track their profit margins.
For their sales.
What I'm driving at is, as long as they're making a profit, they're going to make drones.
Right.
Some form or another.
Yeah.
Right, but here's the thing. If you got a production line and you've got a finite number of chips and you're throwing that chip in 3 different series drones now, and you're making money, if you're selling more of your lower end drone and you're selling more of your upper end drone and you're not selling so many of your middle end drone, are you going to keep making it, or are you just going to start cannibalizing stuff down the road when you have to meet orders? What I'm trying to say is I think they're looking into the future and realizing, we can't sustain all of this from a finite material standpoint. Right. So they're going to say, okay, for the long haul, let's make because I've always said I think drones are going to become smaller and more potent, just like we've seen in the little sci-fi movies where it basically looks like a little orb like this big, and it's just zipping up and down and everywhere, and it's giving you the 8K video in your monocle. And, I think that's the future of drones. They're just going to get small. The Mini 3 to me is just see.
They got him again.
Yep.
StreamYard got him again.
The StreamYard
bot does no good. They're saying Bill's going way overtime tonight. He usually gets off at 10. He's got to give his daughter that shower.
Oh, I'm back. Never mind. But the replay is hilarious. Oh God, yeah. I can see it over here on this
There you
screen.
go.
It's hilarious, man.
But we better wrap up, Bill. That shower, you're gonna be showering at midnight here.
No, you know what's going to happen? Here any second, y'all will hear a voice. What? You're not done yet? What about Erica's shower? Does that mean I can't buy a new drone? But yes, Ron, thank you for reminding me. I need to go ahead and give Erica a shower. And I want to tell everyone, thank you very much for being here. Before I go ahead and end the show, I'm going to throw it around the room and let everybody say their good evenings. And if they have any new videos coming up that they would like you to check out their channel and see, starting with Ringo Starr.
I don't have much of anything going on right now. In fact, the weather here for the last 2 months, and Bill can probably relate, UAV shows me no less than 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it's going on 2 months now. We're in a drought. So drone video is getting pretty hard to make right now for me right now. So I was down in Galveston yesterday. How about dog videos? Y'all good like dogs at the beach? That's where I'm going with this. So yeah.
Channel evolution. Channel update.
Yeah. Channel evolution. There we go.
Ron Brown.
Thank you, Bill. It was great getting the old band back together here. And of all things, that like the drone guys knew we were getting back together, and they provided us with that great news. The leak from the Dutch website on the Mini 3. So it was a special night indeed. And as far as upcoming videos, I've pumped out some Mini 2 videos, and I'm probably going to do a Air 2S 1 year, overview here pretty soon, at least before the Mini 3 comes out. So that's it on my agenda, and I'll throw it to Bill, the drone reviewer.
Well, thanks, Ron. It was great getting the band back together, and what a great addition with Ringo tonight. I love that. No, it was awesome being on tonight. I put out a video tonight, latest updates for Mini 3, of course. It's old news, but I put it out tonight anyway. So make sure you go ahead and watch that, and stay tuned for everything that's coming up, because it's going to come fast and crazy, and we're going to have put on your seatbelts, boys and girls. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I am really stoked about this Mini 3.
And okay, is everybody buying? Yeah.
Maybe.
And then here's the thing. I'm buying the minute it drops. But I think Bill, are you going to be as soon as it drops?
Oh yeah.
You got the buy button ready?
So Ron and Brian might wait a little bit.
My button finger's ready.
Yeah,
I might even beat Marcus, okay, because he's the king. He's the fastest button finger alive. Buy button finger.
I'm going to automate my phone.
But will you go DJI or Best Buy, Bill?
I'll probably go DJI.
Yeah, because
initially.
I'll tell you what, their distribution center for me is in Atlanta, and seriously, I've gotten it in a day. I mean, order it like a Monday, it'll be here Wednesday.
It depends on what we hear between now and then. Here's what we normally get. We'll know for sure. Maybe this wasn't DJI's plan from the get-go, but we know that DJI tends to let one of their devices magically leave a Best Buy. That's what tends to happen. It kind of, someone found this on the shelf and just said, oh, that looks like a Mini 3 Pro. Can I have that? At which the strange new trainee employee says, sure, let me get the key. 5 minutes later, we have a viral video on YouTube. So that's that's what I think. We'll know for sure is we'll get the Best Buy leak, and that will tell us that they have. And I expect them to do that because they're going to want us to know that, yes, you can pick it up in your Best Buy tomorrow, or 9 a.m. after we do the announcement. Or what wouldn't it be even cooler if they haven't done one of these in forever? What if they did one of the actual live, talk about almost Apple-esque, giveaway kind of things? Remember when Bill went to one?
A pre-COVID launch.
You went to the last one, didn't you, Bill? The
What's
very
that?
the live
Yeah, the very last
launch.
one, the Mavic 2. Yeah.
The live
That was
launch.
the last
So
one.
wouldn't it be cool if they actually did a live launch for this drone? And at the end of the live launch, they said available now at your Best Buy. I mean, I can. This drone. I mean, we've bullshitted about drones. We've talked about drones. Forgive me, we've gotten wet about drones. But this drone, as far as bang for the buck, value for the price, what all you can do with this little drone, there's nothing else that matches it. You could take part of a Mavic 3 and part of an Air 2S, let them have sex, and you get the Mini 3 Pro.
Bill, it's going to be a bestseller, that's for sure.
That's going to be a video. Yeah, that could be a video.
But I'm just saying, I mean, it's like, we were thinking, okay, what all could they do to make the Nano Plus better? And DJ went, we have an idea.
Yeah, Bill, how would you like to be in Alltel sales right now or whatever?
Well, they're still loving it because they know they got a couple more weeks.
They got a couple more weeks now.
Yeah, so they're knowing that they can push the hell out of it. All these sales and stuff, especially, it seems to me, like I said, I hate to say it, man, we're gonna see end of life is the Air 2 already been end of life?
I know they keep dropping the price on it, so I think it is. So,
and I'm thinking we're going to get, maybe the Air 2S is going to be end of life.
And some people out there are waiting for the Air 3, the Air 3S or whatever.
I don't think it's going to, I don't know. I think this drone is too much. I mean, they can surprise me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did we hear anything about vertical? You mean looking straight up? Because obviously we can now, but we haven't heard anything about.
No, they didn't talk about the Paranopy angle yet.
Yeah, we haven't heard about how far it will swing up in any of the specs.
But hey, listen, I really do have to run, Bill.
Yeah, we do.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Yes, thank you. Let me get over
chat
here.
that joined us tonight. You guys have been great as always. And
Brian, you're good. Everybody good. Everybody good. I think we need to do this again sometime, right?
Absolutely.
Right, definitely.
Right. With that being said,
good night.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
We'll see you next week.